What's going on, YouTubers? Guddang 775, just a mom boy in Texas, back with another video. And I've been out for a week. Okay, I've been having some issues with my health for the past week, but as of right now, I'm a bit better. Okay, and just because I've been out for a week doesn't mean I've stopped working behind the scenes. I've been playing games, I'm gonna be doing game reviews. There's 2 or 3 games I'm reviewing at the same time. Okay, that I'm playing through. Actually, I finished one and I'm working on 2 others. I've also gonna be releasing this weekend my Bluedio U2 versus the Treblab Z2s in a comparison, head-to-head comparison. So keep an eye out for that video coming this weekend, probably like Sunday or something. But today I want to talk Xbox related, Xbox centric topic stuff. Okay, this one is not so much Xbox, it's more for like, you know, focused on Sony and their stance on crossplay, cross progression. Okay, Bethesda, everyone on YouTube gave their 2 cents. You know, there's a bunch of articles written out there, but I wanted to give my 2 cents about it. First off, I don't care what Sony does. Okay, crossplay, and I don't blame Sony for not wanting crossplay because they want everyone to play on their system, but cross progression, that's a big thing. I think should be mandatory everywhere. Okay, cross progression I think can only help. You know, like say like when Destiny 1 first came out, I got it for the PlayStation 4 first, but then after putting like 100 hours on the PlayStation 4 version, I jumped onto the Xbox One version and to start over that whole process of leveling up my characters again. So it's like, it was frustrating, not to say the least. Now, it wasn't bad because I was having fun. Okay, but starting over would be nice to just go from one game on one console to another game on another console, and just you have your datas and everything, your saves, just switch over. Now, Bethesda came out recently saying that there's possibility that they might not be releasing their Elder Scrolls Legend games on top of PlayStation 4 because of crossplay and the cross progression issue, and I guess that's a good start. Now, they're still trying to work with Sony, and they're actually trying to work with Sony every day, they said. I mean, they keep on trying, they keep on asking, you know, it's like, hey, come on, let's get crossplay. The Rocket League people had tried crossplay, you know, kept on asking Sony, and they don't want it. So I think in the future this will be a hindrance, and I think the first big company that will actually stop a big AAA release on Sony, I think, will actually be Bethesda. Okay, if anyone's gonna do it first, I think Bethesda will be the one to pop that cherry. Okay, that I mean, it's gonna keep a game off of Sony for not wanting crossplay and cross progression. Okay, Elder Scrolls Legends, that's not a AAA game by any means, but that is a money maker game. Okay, it can bring in money. I'm assuming it has microtransactions, but I don't really know. I gotta go look into this game because I don't care for card games. But what's to say Bethesda in the future takes a similar approach to what Microsoft did with Minecraft? Say like game like Elder Scrolls Online. Okay, what if Elder Scrolls Online eventually comes to the Switch? And what if Bethesda said, you know what, we're gonna do crossplay and cross progression through the Switch, the PC, and the Xbox. If PlayStation 4 doesn't want to play ball, oh well, we'll stop updating Elder Scrolls Online. That's a big deal. Okay, I think that's exactly what's gonna happen, especially say the next iteration of Elder Scrolls Online games. See, the Elder Scrolls Online now, it's been out for years. Now it's probably got a few more years left in the tank for that game, but let's say, I mean, let's take a look at Fallout 76. Okay, Fallout 76. If that game ever comes to Nintendo Switch, okay, or the next iteration of Nintendo or whatever, and they're gonna say Fallout 76 is gonna be crossplay, cross progression, okay, and PlayStation 4 say no, we don't, or PlayStation 5 by then say no, we don't want any of that. Well, Bethesda is gonna stop updating the game. They're gonna be like a walled garden. They're gonna be trapped inside their little space, only playing with themselves. And to keep the player count relevant, you know, Fallout 76 in a few years, adding crossplay between and cross progression between the Switch, PC, and Xbox will keep that game going longer. I think that's what Bethesda has in mind. Okay, Fallout 76 might not is gonna release on PlayStation 4, but they could adopt that similar approach of, you know, not updating the game after a certain point of time if Sony doesn't want to play ball. I can totally see that happening. Don't mind those meowing and that meowing and stuff in the background, because I got a new rescue kitty. Her name is Kaya. She's a little pain in the ass and she's driving my other cats nuts. Now the thing is, we've already kept them apart for a few days. We finally introduced them and they're still like, ah! Okay, so they're still having little arguments and stuff. So don't mind the meowing and stuff in the background. But yeah, like I'm saying, like, I mean, Bethesda, I think they're going to be the first ones to actually stop, you know, like, it's going to really hit Sony hard when it comes to that, okay? Say the next iteration of Elder Scrolls Online, like I said, say Elder Scrolls Online 2 comes out in, say, 4 or 5 years from now. If Sony doesn't play ball and doesn't do crossplay, you know, and cross progression with Nintendo Switch, the Xbox, and PC, Sony might just say, you know, screw it. We're not going to release, I mean, not Sony, Bethesda might just say, screw it, we're not going to be releasing on the PlayStation 5. That could very well happen in the future. I could see it, and Bethesda would be the company to do it because, you know, Microsoft and Xbox, they're Microsoft and Bethesda, they're like best buds. So, just saying. But yeah, that was my little take on crossplay, cross progression. I think cross progression, again, in my opinion, should be mandatory. Because I would buy games on my Switch that I have on my Xbox just to, you know, take my games with me on the go, you know, instead of lugging around my laptop. I got a laptop that can play these games, you know, not at very good settings, you know, that, you know, like 1080p or less settings, but at least I can play them. But, I mean, if I could take that Switch on the go and say, play my Wolfenstein 2, okay, cross progression. You know, everything I did on the Xbox, whatever I do on the Switch will unlock achievements on the Xbox and whatnot. That would be fantastic. Okay? That would. Now, the other thing I wanted to go ahead and talk about was potential companies I think Microsoft should look at. One of them is very plain and simple. Now, I don't have no idea if these folks were already purchased by Microsoft, because every game they're releasing, the next 3 games they're releasing are Xbox One exclusive, Xbox One Windows 10 exclusives. That is The Artful Escape, Ashen, and The Outer Wilds. Okay, Annapurna Interactive, they're a subsidiary of Annapurna, some kind of studios, like a movie studio. Now, it wouldn't be mind-boggling for Microsoft to say, hey, we need some kind of mocap feature to where we can, you know, like, or a studio where we can get great voice acting, we can get people together, and a company that actually develops, publishes games. All right, I know Ashen is being developed by Aurora 44, I think, but Annapurna Interactive are publishing those 3 games that I just said: The Artful Escape, Ashen, and The Outer Wilds. So it would be common sense, I think, for Microsoft to pick these guys up. You know, the whole movie studio, Annapurna Interactive, and possibly Aurora 44. You know, pick these guys up if they didn't already, because it sounds like they're part of the Microsoft team already, just because of their games that are coming out on the Xbox One. And another developer I think Microsoft should take a look at is Piranha Bytes. Piranha Bytes, I think, in my opinion, is an underrated developer. Now, their games have been clunky, but the stories have been good enough to pull me into their games. Okay, games like the first Risen, Risen 2, Risen 3, Titan Lords, and as of late, Elex. Now, they've also got the Gothic games. I haven't played any of the Gothic games, but I do want to get into them. But Elex has far and away grabbed my attention, and I've put about over 80 hours into Elex in the past 2.5 weeks. Okay, 2.5, 3 weeks. I beat the game, and I'm running through it a second time to get a second playthrough, trying to get all the achievements. I think I am going to end up finishing getting a full 1,000 on Elex. The thing is, this game, Okay, it's like a combination of The Witcher 3 and the Fallout 4 that's kind of smushed together. Now it is clunky. Okay, the storyline, there's big gaps in the story. Voice acting could be improved, but imagine with the money Microsoft throws around. Okay, imagine with a good set, like a movie studio backing you, say like Annapurna Studios and Piranha Bytes, they could probably create a really great open world RPG game. Now they're also working on Elex 2, it's supposedly coming next year. Can't wait for that. If it's anything as good as Elex 1, because they left a lot of loopholes in the Elex game, the first Elex game. So, I mean, Piranha Bytes, I think, would be a good pickup for Microsoft. Okay, if they can get somebody to work, help with their, combat, their combat in their games. Say a developer like, I don't know, that does good third-party action games, like say the Coalition or something, or even what do you call that? Ninja Theory. You set these companies together to work with each other to put out some of these games. I think Microsoft has a winning combination there. Okay, with the amount of studios they have, and with the letter of intent for Microsoft purchasing Obsidian, and if they take a look at Annapurna and this company Piranha Bytes, I think Microsoft can make some truly wonderful open world RPG games. I just had to put my 2 cents out there. I love open world games. Now I know a lot of people out there are getting tired of them. I'm not. Okay, if you don't like open world RPG games, fine. That's on you. That's a you problem. Okay, I love my open world RPGs. I like to get out of my reality sometimes and just jump into the world and forget all my problems. Okay, that's what the open world RPG games do for me. Now a lot of people can't really handle that. They can only do a little bit here and a little bit of this at a time, and that's totally fine. But there are tons of people like me, who thought Elex was great. Now Elex does need improvement, but hey, I'm just waiting for part 2 to come out. But yeah, that was my little, I guess, Xbox centric video on which developers I think Microsoft should take a look at, and my opinions on cross progression, crossplay. But yeah, it's Guddang 775, just a mile boy in Texas. Hope you folks like this video. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos every few days. If you didn't like this video, hit that dislike button, let me know in the comments down below. I do appreciate the criticism. It's Guddang 775. Thanks for watching. Peace out.